I hope everything is here today. And oh my gosh. Okay, and today we are going to talk about erotic mind. Erotic mind, and I am erotic content creator. And I am going to speak about erotic fantasies today, fetish, kings, okay, and what is happening, okay, erotic freedom, right? What is happening when people are creating erotic photo shoots, okay? What is happening with those people? I don't know. I look little bit ill for some reason, okay? So let me just start from that, okay? So like I said, today is going to be discussion about erotic photo shoots and erotic freedom, right? Erotic freedom. And I can tell you this morning there was this situation, and there was a couple who were shooting erotic photography, okay, erotic photography, and they didn't want any videos. You see, they usually when couple want to shoot erotic photography, they are set their mind to photography. Okay, they seriously just want to do photography, right? But I've started doing videos for quite some time now, and I want to change their mind. You know, I want to change their perspective. I want to change how they see, you know, the world and how they see themselves and sexuality. And videos, you see, it's a how to say undisrupted energy flow, right? And I said to this couple that I will shoot few scenes, few minutes of every scene, and then later I will just make them a small video so that they can see themselves properly. You see, video, erotic video, provides a totally different information. It's a different data. It's a different art work, okay? And like I say, the energy flow, it's you know, you do not cut that energy. You see, it's keep flowing. When people are shooting video and very good at the video, they're usually very good, you know, in tai chi, in dancing. It's undisrupted, you know, it just goes continuously energy. And I can see those people, I can recognize them in my studio. Okay, so like I say, some couples, okay, who would like to do an erotic photography, they're very limited in their mind. Okay, they think, I want photography, why would I do video? It's just, you know, this is not what I want, right? But this couple who did not want any videos, they keep texting me and keep texting me after I show them a small reel. Okay, I just put a mix of scenes, erotic scenes about, you know, their erotic fantasy, what they were creating here in the studio, and I was shooting only photography. And I made, you know, altogether just 9 minutes video. So little bit of one scene, few minutes, you know, little bit of that. And then I'm mixing up. And believe it or not, there was not a single couple who didn't want, you know, to see themselves in a video. But they have this limited mind, you know, this concept that no, we don't want to go on the video, we don't want to do the video, we don't need the video, right? If you don't need the video, why you keep texting me? Can we have more? Can we have, do you send me us more video? Do you, you know? And they keep, you know, keep interrupting me from the early morning, right? From the early morning. The problem what I see is in here is this. Okay, when people have this as a complementary, right? Me as an artist expanding their horizons. Okay, in during erotic photo shoot, what you do, you are entering the freedom mode. Okay, you are releasing energy that you are, you know, holding back, you know, or you are trapped inside of you, right? During erotic photo shoot, that is the whole point of it. Okay, not to undress, okay, not to touch yourself, not to show your bum, you know, or not to show off. No, seriously, okay? I don't really care, you know, if you're a big size, if you're a small size, if you're, you know, if you have a perky breast, if you have a saggy breast, I don't care. You see, you're not coming here to impress me. I am here to create art with certain people which have a certain vibration, certain energy, certain interest, certain impulse. Okay, they are acting on the momentarial, expression. This is very interesting for me to communicate with different type of people in a different energy vibration, especially when they go into their erotic state. Erotic state, arousal state. Do you think that everyone is going in a arousal in the same way? No. Do you think that everyone has the same turn on face? No. So you know how to say, for me it's all the experiments and it's a research what I'm doing through those 20 years working in adult business. You see, and creating adult photography and now creating adult videos, right? The problem what I found for myself, that I am getting fed up already giving them bonuses and giving them how to say, free videos, because it's not enough. You see, it's not enough. When people are paid for a movie and they want to create an erotic movie, right? You make them a full gallery. You make them shorts, you make them reels, longer videos, smaller videos. Then you make 1 minute, 3 minute, 5, 7, 20, half an hour, how long they want. Okay, they will get a full gallery. And I am interested to, how to say, to deliver this gallery, okay, in the standard that they paid for. Okay, that's how it works. There is always a balance between the artists, right? So if you paid for photography, right, and I've received, how to say, I received the money for photography and I delivered photography, right? What happens then when I show them a video? Okay, just a bonus. I'll just say, I will show you, it will blow your mind. It's a totally different concept. It's a totally different, stimulation when you see the video. Like I say, it's an energy and it's a different energy float. It's a different codec. Okay, during that process, even, right, when you create a photography, it's a different, you see, you cut yourself off, you put yourself on, you put yourself off, you are you are not, how to say, you are posing, you are momentarily taking that, capturing that, those shots. Photography, it's different. It's like cut, 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 cut. You see, it's like a moment. You going into that moment. It takes for you maybe, how to say, steps and goes to go into a certain element when you feel yourself on the highest. Okay, and then you capture that great shot. But video, it's different. So when I make videos for couples, they then have not enough. You see, they have not enough. And then they ask me more and more. And that's how it is. That's how you convert people and that's how you change their mind. So my note is this: from the couple who did not want any videos, okay, categorically was against the video, I am constantly bringing some innovations, okay, for people who want to have an erotic, intimate experience with their partners and within themselves. Okay, so both people, how to say, not children, clever, understand what I'm talking about. I'm saying, would you like to, shoot a video? No, we don't want. I say, okay, then I'll do it for free. I'll just do it so that you would understand in your brain why you don't want this. You see, when people having an intimate game, desire and passion, they do not realize the creativity element has to be present. So they straight away rejecting and limiting themselves on the creativity level. You see, an erotic photography studio like I have, I am pushing them and I'm forcing them to do something creative, something different at once. Okay, and sometimes I have to like seriously play around and put them into this position, into this game, right, giving toys, giving props, because they don't see this in any way happening. But when they have a whip in their hand, straight away they realize what they need to do. And then when they start making any kind of actions, believe it or not, their partner is enjoying it. But before going into that scene, they both were completely categorical and saying no to me. Okay, that's what's happening in the studio. So people have limited mindset. They do not see, a step forward when it comes to intimacy and when it comes to creating erotic scenarios, being compulsive, being, how to say, inspiration to me. I had a very, limited numbers of couples who would inspire me, that I don't need to suggest anything, and I would be just like, wow, and wow, they're rocking, they're seriously rocking here. Most of the time, couples will come with their own scenario, with their own routine, what they practice in their homes, okay, what they're practicing in their life. That's how they do it, okay. And when you try to actually add something to their intimate life, to their intimate game, to that adult, maybe a little bit of fetish, maybe a little bit of kink, maybe a little bit, of some kind of a dirty, thought, and maybe something this, they're very, conservative. That comes from the most of the time from the atmosphere where they get that coding, where they get grow up, where they've been prepared, okay, of course, from the parents, right? And when the intimate lives goes into some kind of a lockdown, okay, or going into the same like on the same, safe, cozy, and familiar mode, okay, just going in the circles around, right? So erotic studio and my job is to get them out into that spiral up. You see this different way, try different things, okay, maybe, different posing, maybe different position, maybe different, lighting, maybe they have some kind of things in their hands they never had before, and so on and so on. I'm trying many things with couples, right? But I'm saying people come here sometimes with a very locked mind, like seriously locked mind, so much locked that they even don't want to try videos. Okay, so when I offer them, like, say, let's just do this, I'm gonna prove it to you, like, let's just do it few minutes, and I'm gonna show you it's gonna work, it's gonna rock your world. You do not understand, you do not imagine even. You do not see this, I see this in the video and they don't. So when I did this, like I say, now they keep texting me, can we get more videos, can we get more videos, you know that's how it goes. That's how it goes with people who are blocked, locked, and like I said, they've been programmed. They've been programmed to a certain event, to a certain situations, and that's what they do. Usually, people, adults, behave the same. They don't want to be like their parents, okay. The problem is that no one wants to be like their parents, no one wants, okay, but they end up. So funny, but the older you get, the more you realize, okay, and that's the problem, okay. But today we're talking about erotic mind and erotic freedom, okay. And erotic minds and erotic freedoms bring us to a fantasy world. Okay, and it brings us to the fantasy world, and our fantasies happen in our heads. Okay, fantasy world very rarely come out to play. You see, very rarely. Fantasy world, that's where we create our scenarios. That's where we have our love stories, romance, and hardcore, and threesomes, and different kind of fetishes. Everything is happening in here, okay. And the energy what you consume and produce, everything happens in here. Very rarely that you go out and play, okay. Majority of the work and the life with our fantasy happens in your body and in your mind and in your head, right? But what you can do with this fantasy in the head, you can do anything. You see, you can let all your demons play, come outside and play, and do whatever you like. what I do here at my erotic studio, I shoot unlimited shoots. And I encourage people to be honest with themselves, to be truthful, okay, and to be courageous. Because when you let your demons out, okay, when you remove those blocks, because what I'm saying, remove those blocks, it's not straightforward to even talk about it, right? There are people who are absolutely scared to actually that someone will find out, okay, to release this energy, okay. It's all hidden, it's all under, many layers, and everything, of course, happening in subconscious mind, the triggers coming from subconscious mind. And I would like to talk a little bit about triggers, right? About triggers. Few days ago, I had this boy here. I had this boy who asked to come with me on TikTok, to come with me to live. Okay. And he had a fantasy and he wanted to talk about giantess fantasy. Okay. And when he said that I have this fantasy, I'm fantasizing about giantess woman, I thought she will be very big in terms of circumstance, like big lady. That's what I thought. Okay, but actually, she had to be big in her height, not in her weight. Okay, in her height, which is very interesting, right? And I said, okay. And a few days ago, I allowed him in to talk about this fantasy, and he was brave enough to speak about it, but we didn't see his face. Okay, and I had this video, joint video, and he was start talking about his fantasy, right? And what is interesting about this, that there was no like perverty thoughts, even it was a kind of a pure energy coming from him, clean energy. So I said, what you want to do, or what she would have to do to you or with you, or why you are keep thinking about this, okay? And there was nothing dirty. You see, when there is an erotic fantasy, usually it has very detailed information, a lot of specifics. When I speak about fantasy with people who would like to create an erotic photo shoot, and when they had a specific fantasy, they can tell more details about it. Okay, like seriously. And not only details, those details are wrapped up into emotions and feelings, and they are telling where they want to go with this fantasy erotically. It's like a length, it's like a path, it's like a directory. Okay, what they want to feel, what they want to achieve with it, what kind of a satisfaction, what is the turn on there. Okay, and his fantasy was very pure. Okay, he just wanted to be pressed by a giant woman. Okay, just pressed by the giant woman. Didn't rip his clothes off. Okay, she didn't do anything naughty to him. Seriously, right? So there was a very limited conversation. I realized that that's how far he could go. I don't know in his fantasy or in our conversation. Okay, usually fantasies are more than that. Okay, usually you are creating a reason behind it, why you having this fantasy, because you want to feel, some way. Okay, you want to feel. And the fantasy with the fetishes is a huge topic. Okay, because erotic photo shoots are based, on erotic fantasies, and erotic photo shoots are based on kings. Okay, and desires and wants and likes, and people don't say that it's fetish. Okay, fetish is obsessive. Fetish when it's taking over you. Okay, fetish when it disrupts your mind, your focus, and even disrupts other people's life. Okay, and including your partner. Okay, you might have this obsessive situation with you, and that's what it is. You see fetishes, and that's what it is, erotic fantasies. It is obsessive. And when it is obsessive in their conscious mind, they are act in a certain way. Okay, and majority of people who has this obsessive thinking behavior, right, they're hiding. Okay, they are hiding. And who are hiding things? Children. Children hiding things, when they're doing something naughty. Okay, that's where this obsession comes from to start with. Okay, when people are trying to figure it out, why this fantasy is coming in my life or to my head, or why I'm dreaming about this, or why I'm watching porn channels related to this, or why I keep seeing visions. Okay, and I do want my partner to do this and this so that I will be satisfied. You see how it goes with these fetishes. There are other people involved, not only you. Okay. And that's what I practice at my studio, and I help to release those demons. Okay. And you might know that there is a very, how to say, there is two edges there. Okay. On one side, okay, you having this fantasy and dream, an illusion, right? But on the other side, there is a reality and a consequence. Okay, and usually those fantasies never been created or released out of your body, or even understand, for that simple thing that you will be guilty later, or you will punish yourself later for this, or something bad happened to you, if you tell anyone or something. And that's, the whole secrecy and the whole hidden effect, and that this is all negative vibration, you see, in our body. Okay, so erotica, okay, our feelings about loving or being intimate, right, are mixed up with the positive and negative vibration, which is very interesting to me. And when I was thinking about it, right, we can take our fantasies, erotic fantasies, to a thermometer scale, right? Thermometer, the higher you go, the higher vibration of the fantasy and the purer it is, right? But there is a fantasy of rape. Okay, there is a fantasy of watching and being perverted, or how to say, sadomaso situation. There are different kind of fantasies, you see, and they are not on that level. So the scale is like a thermometer, going really high and then going to zero, neutral. Okay, neutral, it's I don't feel, you see, neutral, it's when people having intimacy and don't feel anything. That's what I believe is a neutral position. When you're doing it because, okay, because a neutral position, okay, it's very often in corn. I want to say P and this, but US public taught me a new way how to approach this topic, and that's where the position comes. You see, when you feel intimacy, usually we want to feel something, and that is purest emotion. Okay, even if we want to have some kind of a hardcore or something wild in behind of us, right? Raw, right? When it's not rough, it's not fun, right? There are different kind of perceptions about intimacy, right? It's not vanilla only. So you can go into a very, how to say, when you're going to a plus, you can go into a minus position and still have a plus emotions, satisfaction on that level. Okay, when it goes like really low, okay, and really low, what that means is, for example, imagine the guy is calling me and saying that I would like to surprise my girlfriend. Okay, I would like to surprise my girlfriend. I would like to book a photo shoot, okay, with 4 models. Okay, so they will use her and abuse her, but they would surprise her. You see, he's not arranging. He's not arranging by himself. Okay, he's coming to my studio and saying, "I'd like that you, okay, to do this to my girlfriend because he will get satisfied from this idea." So someone, no, do you understand? That is the low vibration. Okay, that is a sneaky peeky. I hate the situations like that. Okay, and I had a lot. So erotic fantasy and erotic demons are very tricky. And for me, working 20 plus years in adult business, I've already learned to actually recognize them by the energy vibration. Is it a high, frequency, or is it a low frequency? Okay, because low frequency, it's criminal situations. Okay, it's criminal. Can you train my girlfriend to do A levels? Can you train? I'd like to book a photo shoot, and my girlfriend do not perform with me certain activities which he would like. Okay, so he would like to send his girlfriend so that someone to train her. Can you imagine? And I am working as a photographer, videographer. You see, you see, how to say, these type of requests are very interesting, and they all based on fetish and kings. They all based there on erotic fantasies. Okay, and like I say, erotic fantasy for people, it's freedom. It's a free way. Okay, and when they experiencing this erotic fantasies in their body, in their mind, they can perform and they can release it. They feel different about themselves. They just be able to remove those blocks of stagnation. And what that means, stagnation, it sounds silly, but that we were not exposed to nudity. We were protected, right? But you see, protection lead us to be very much excited about any fact of intimacy. Okay, that's how it was. I remember myself watching kissing on the movies when I was a child, and for me it was like, what is going on? That's how I was protected in my family from the intimacy. I would not see any kind of closeness, right? Now when you go to any kind of cinema, you will have a proper adult scene, right? And that's how we shift our education. Most of the adults who have learned relationships, is if you call this relationships, on the corn channels, intimate relationship, because you see there was not many examples in our families, right, or in our neighborhood. Our parents were not, how to say, educating us, were not showing. Yeah, majority, came from a very conservative and suppressed environment, right? And they were not very loving in front of their children. So their children then again grow up and hiding this as well. You see, and the nudity, it was something, don't touch, don't do, don't this, don't that. And if you express yourself in the other way, then you will be judged. You will be guilty about it. You will be punished. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so that's the realistic, intimate life we walked into. Okay, and our erotic fantasies, for some reason, being processed in a different way. So when we grow up, everything what was scaring us, okay, somehow turns up in our fantasies. Okay, something what was so terrifying and so hurtful, okay, appears in our lives through subconscious mind, through those alter egos, or I would say demons coming to play. Very often I hear this situation from men who would like to share his wife with another man, or more than one. Okay, and from that watching, they get a satisfaction. Okay, and it's related again to the times when they've been watching and not being able. Okay, when they were not in control of their lives, when they're not control of their bodies, when not control of their intimacy. So now they can control and even book and pay for it. You see how everything turns up in our adulthood. Okay, erotic fantasies or erotic minds, okay, come from there. Come from there. Erotic fantasies come from the places where it was amazing and we were fascinated about something and we were excited about something. But it also comes from, you see, pleasant and unpleasant emotions. Okay, that's where our intimacy is, that's why it's mixed up. Because then what came from the really unpleasant, right, situation, it's stuck in our mind and it been converted as a repair. Okay, you've been fixed. Your emotion, which was hurtful at that time, went through a repair in your mind, and then when you adult now, you are able to express your desires and thoughts in a certain way, and that's all related to your erotic fantasies, kinks, fetishes, subdom games. Okay, there are so many little boys who've been hurt. You know, this subdom humiliation thing, men wearing woman clothes, exploring their feminine side, okay? Booking fetish dominatrix models to punish them, properly punish them, you know, humiliate them, right? Guys who's booking male models so that they could enjoy how his wife is being with another man, and that's a turn on situation, okay, because he's been watching before, right? Erotic minds go very far, right? But like I say, majority keep playing their games in their head. Okay, majority are fantasizing, and that's how the corn is created, to keep you in your illusion mind, okay, to feed those demons, you see, because people create relationships in their heads. They create such a big world in there, and they just have another life in there with some kind of a, you know, adult model out there. They just fantasize this, right? And they go to those channels which don't have, you see what they don't have, there is no crisis in there, really, okay? The crisis happens in the family or in the relationship, okay, when there is, you know, one part doesn't want. Imagine that, okay? Do you know any scenarios in corn when one part doesn't want and you need somehow to jump around and convince her, you know, or convince him, okay, to have this and that, right? Those parts are always willing and always ready, okay, and always want, okay, and that's how corn is created, right, to compensate that. And then what happens in the real life, people go into that crisis because you see everyone is ready just at the initial state of their relationship, right? And when there's butterflies, yeah, everywhere, when there is a tingling, when you're listening to your partner very carefully, right? At the beginning of the stage, when you do not know each other, you want to discover every part of him or every part of her. That's where it happens, right? And both partners are more or less, you know, willing. And that's when the porn situation happens. What corn doesn't have, okay? It doesn't have a conflict unless you're watching, you know, a rape scene. That's that's a conflict out there, right? If you're watching some kind of a different, you see, corn created different kind of environments. There is a medical situations in there. There is, you know, incest. There are different kind of people and so on, right? But in reality, they all are there to make money, okay, and to become famous. Okay, that's the reason. Okay, that's the reason. That's how this business is created, to keep you on these platforms right? And to make you live inside your head. It is very hard to get out of this erotic fantasy world and start living. Start living your fantasies. What happens is that erotic fantasies become a very dangerous topic, okay? And it's not discussed in the family. Because family, how we get used to it, right? It's a very safe and very cozy and very undisrupted, okay, known and familiar environment. That's where the family. So where the infidelity happens, of course, it happens on the side, right? The people leaving the family, and then they feel freedom. Then they can be themselves. Then they can merge into that fantasy life, okay? And then they can live. They can feel alive. You see, they are connecting with that part which they lost when they are in the relationship. Okay, and that is erotic freedom. That is what I'm talking about, and that is what I promote in my studio. Okay, it's just possible and it's necessary to actually come back and understand that there are roles in life, right? And there is a role to be, a family, you know mother in the family or a father in the family, right? And that's where it's all safe and cozy. Okay, but when people are stop being lovers, stop being those, how to say, intimate people to each other, right? But just becoming mothers and fathers, that's when they lose their role, and that's when they lose themselves, because then they cannot go into the situation where there is risky, and when there is unfamiliar, and try new things and be creative and be spontaneous and be impulsive. Routine of being mother and father, it's just taking over. At my studio, we try different scenarios and different role plays, and even change, and try new games and new props and new ideas. Just I am suggesting. I can see and I can sense the routine. There are people shooting two scenes and doing the same thing all over again and all over again. I can see this. It's a repeat. It's like listening the same song. I listen to that song, and then they are repeating this on another setting, with the other, outfit, maybe different lighting, but then playing the same song. And that's great when they have their own song, okay? But that's what happens. Those programs become our routine, and we are going around and around in circle, even in our life, even in our intimate life, even in our connection and relationship intimately with our familiar person. Okay, the relationship goes out of the crisis when you are going in the circle, and then you are going with the spiral up. But the spiral up is when people are feel unfamiliar, when they want to find another part which is never been recognized, never been found. And that is the only way to do new things, to actually risk. You see, and I'm seeing a relationship as a business, because in business you need to risk, you know, if you want to grow. You need to risk. And in the relationship, passion and desire comes when it's unknown. When the testosterone, why people, going and cheating, for women and for men. Okay, for men, the testosterone levels going up because it's a new. They don't understand this, but they feel this. Okay, many people do not understand why they cheat, because their testosterone is low with the same person, and they both do not initiate anything creative, right? Because it's an effort. You need to put some kind of a fantasy situation, and if the fantasy is living outside the home, what you're gonna put there? Okay, right? So people energetically finding a trouble to jump from one state to the other and be in service for each other and for their partner in a different energy when they are new and when they are fresh and when they are alive. Because if they are staying in the old energy, they being, friends, neighbors, this saying, friend zone. That's how you go into the friend zone. When it is done, when you know everything. That's very cozy and safe place with friends. Right? That's what the friends for. Okay. And when people are saying, oh, I wanna be this and this and this, that's how you should be with your partner, and this and this and this. And at one point there are friends. But friends really don't have intimacy. So if you are in a friend's vibration with your partner, that is why you do not have intimacy. you know? And very often they have different kind of energy. It's like mother and daughter, mother and son, hmm or a father and daughter energy. Okay? Seriously, that is a very often situation in families when the energy jumps. Okay, then you see normally this happens. Okay, when you're jumping into different kind of levels of your energy, and your wife could be that child who doesn't know, who's scared, who's nervous, who afraid. This happens in a traumatic experience, to be fair, for adults, right? When they had some kind of a shock, some kind of a trauma, they can withdraw from their partner's situation and become that, how to say, anxious child in a depression or something. Okay, but then what happens? You don't want that child, especially when you are an adult. You don't want this energy because parents and children create an incest. It's just not allowed, you know. That's why naturally they do not engage. It just the energy shifts and went into a different poles, and adult people don't want each other sexually. And intimacy is not happening or happening on the another vibration. And I don't know, I remember one lady was saying that the blowjob from mother's position doesn't work very well. It's just not enjoyable for both, for him and for her. And energetically you can transcend in the way. You can, because you see, when you go, I can tell you why we have different roles and energetical poles and different phases and vibration, because it's very simple to understand. When you are as your family man, right? You are in one vibration with your wife and with your children. You are a family man. You are a territory protector, right? This is what you're looking, and everyone is, under your protection. When you go to do the work and the job, your energy is different there. You don't do this, what you do at your home. You just change like that. When you go to see your friends in a pub or whatever, play golf or whatever, you are in a different energy. Do I need to explain this? Do you understand that people are actually changing their energy vibrations depending on with who they are? But sometimes they got stuck in one energy. You see? And they stuck, like I said, they travel in these are like energy suits that they're wearing. Okay, this is our bodysuit. This is our bodysuit, right? And when I speak about bodysuit, I very often say to people who are doing erotic photography, majority of erotic studios shoot a bodysuit. The bodysuit who doesn't feel anything. You can take pictures instantly and create erotic photography from your bodysuit. Okay, the same like you can have intimacy with someone in your bodysuit and you don't feel anything. Your vibration is, depending on the partner. Everyone knows what I'm talking about. Because with some people, if you really fancy them, your bodysuits rocks. Okay, and you can't, you can't control yourself. That's what happens, and that's what should happen. Okay, when you're doing it as a routine, as a duty, okay, as a you're thinking, about your project and doing it, you're just doing it with your bodysuit. Okay, and someone came and it's done, and that's it. That's kind of a situation also happens in my studio. Okay, that is why I'm very much aware of erotica. Okay, and erotic energy, who is doing what and why they are doing it and how far they are going. I can see the distance, how far everyone can go, and how far they're planning to go, even before this happens, because you can see the energy, how they're going to be open, how they are experimental, what they are going to do. They are going to tell you, okay, we would like to do this and this and that. Okay, and some people don't know, and they limited and they reserved and they scared and they don't want to do anything much. They want to just shoot their bodysuit, and that's enough. That's okay. Okay, so that's how it is. And these photographs I called nude body portraits. Okay, you can have a boudoir, right? When boudoir. What is a boudoir? You can just slightly this and it's boudoir, right? When people are seriously going into a certain state, when they're sexually aroused, when they are so much turned on, when they're holding that energy, holding that moment, when they are communicating with their energy and performing and placing this into the image, and they realizing what they are doing, they are in control. Okay, I always see this, and that is a different level. And if we talk about level of intimacy, that's how it goes. You can just do it, you know, done, right? Or you can put your energy in. Everyone has this trigger, everyone has a sexual energy inside. Everyone. And there are people who will, of course, trigger your energy and level you up. But come on. When they come to the studio, they think this is my job. The responsibility has to be on the participant side, okay? Especially when you're having intimacy with your partner. It's not someone there for you to do it, you know? Okay? And when they come to the photo shoot, can you help us? Can you help us? I can make ideas, I can talk about, I can stimulate you, right? I can pose you, I can light you, I can direct you, okay? But people have to feel feelings and emotions inside their body to make it work. I am not able to feel for them the things. You see? Right? It's the same like when you go to your fitness exercise, okay? Your fitness coach not gonna sweat for you. It's just logical, right? That you have to do this. The sweat has to come out of your body, not out of my body. This is a very important information, because people think they will come to erotic photo shoot and I'm gonna sweat for them. And I'm sweating, believe me. When I'm creating erotic photography and erotic videos, I have million variations in my head. So I'm trying to cover that. Okay, I'm trying to cover that. How I want to shoot them, what I'm gonna do, how many settings I'm gonna use, how many lights, what composition. Da, 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 da. It's it's blowing my mind, the whole information. When the couple is on the right energy, especially when they are blocked on the set, when they don't know where to go, when they don't know where to put their hands, when they don't know what they're doing, when they're doing it and just doing because they're doing it, it's just ridiculous, right? But like I say, there are shoots, okay, and I call them now budget shoots, okay, where person comes to erotic photo shoot and he just want to do it. Just want to undress, just want to take his willy out and just take a picture of it. That's the maximum he can do. Seriously, the maximum, right? Naked pictures, nude photography, nude art. Okay, no turn on, no erection, no something. It is already too much information on his hand. Okay, I understand this. There are people who are so much suppressed in their childhood, so much blocked, okay, that they are absolutely, terrified to go and undress in front of someone and perform in front of someone. Okay, they're terrified. They are in the lowest energy, sexual energy vibration. They are not able, to go on top, right? So that's how they go step by step. And I understand. That's why I'm saying there is a boudoir. Okay, there is the nude photography. When you go into real erotica, there is eros energy in the different vibration. People can communicate with eros energy like I do right now, and I don't have to be undressed. Okay, when I'm communicating. Let me just quickly go into questions and say hi, hello, because I would like to finish this Eros Mind live soon, right? Eros freedom, erotic minds, how people get out of that lockdown in their performance, lockdown in their intimate life, lockdown in their relationship, stale relationship. It's a lock, but only you can do it. Okay, when people are saying, can you help us? Seriously, no one can help you. You have to help yourself. You're an adult. Okay, but yes, erotic photographer is there to show you the way, and you will be looking at your pictures, not at the naked photographer. This is going to be you in front of you, and that's what the information, what people are making here. It is important for themselves to know about themselves. You see, when they undress, this is the time when they go through all these stressful, paranoid, anxious, and shy, feelings. That's the moment when they process this information about themselves, to know about themselves, how they are and who they are. And erotic photography helps 100%. 100%. This is the only place when you will come and do it. This is the only place. There is nowhere else you can process that information so effectively. You can talk about it. You can talk about it. But I can tell you, erotica is about feelings and emotions. They are in your subconscious mind. No one can understand what you feel. No one in the world. There is no other person. Yes, when people say that only hungry understand hungry, okay, people, that's true. But I can tell you, you went through your unique transformation. You grow up in your body, in your environment. You got these traumas. You accept them and you actually embodied them. Okay, and in adulthood, you can see that there are some situations that coming in and repeating, and you are feeling yourself in a certain way, right? And your intimate life is the same, or coming back the same, or you need to change a lot of partners, or you are limited in your creative, environment. It's just limited, right? Just doing what you're doing, or your feelings are limited. You know what? When I'm practicing with my couples here in the creative field, in the creative studio, and talking about feelings, I can see what they feel and how they feel, and they for themselves, they developing that quality. I'm pushing them to feel alive, and that is the quality life. When you are bored and unhappy and satisfied, not looking for anything, right? Your life quality is very low. The richness of life I'm talking about. And it's not about money. It's about how you feel every moment. with your adulthood, with your sexuality, what you can do, how confident you are, right? How other people accept you. Okay, everything is in Eros vibration. Let me just quickly let me just quickly talk about say hi, hello, and reply the questions. That's what I was going to say. Hi, hello. I just seen a lot of questions coming in, and I just thought I'll stop. You dress nice, thank you. Okay, what is it there? Hi, hello to everyone who is here. Hi, hello. I'm now translating every day. I have this challenge for myself that I'm going live every day. Okay, and there was this guy saying that he missed my life. I don't know how to repeat those lives, okay, when you miss. But what I said to him, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna post a story. I'm gonna post a story and say when I'm gonna come. Okay. But for me, it's like very impulsive thing. I'm an artist. Okay. So I'll just have this minute. I'll do the things, in this. I'm not working, in a schedule unless I have a booking. Okay. And life for me, it is more like a expression. You see, it's not like planned by the journal, specific topic, and I have to go into that topic. No, I have this feeling today, I have this vibe, and I have this energy to talk about erotic minds, okay, and about erotic fantasies. And most of the, like I say, erotic fantasies are related to our subconscious mind and to our experiences, which are positive and negative. It's a repair in your body. It happened a repair. And now you're experiencing erotic fantasies. And even you had a traumatic experience, your body able to fix it. And your mind, your archive is able to convert it. So now you are able to control it. And now it is up to you, you see? How you process that file is in this way, by being an adult, controlling it, and like I say, if you want to understand your fantasy, you put it into action. And then again, when I say to put it into action, there are a lot of fears and insecurities behind it. People just scared because what if she would, when this cockhold fantasy is, guys very often ask me about this cockhold fantasy, right? But in the reality, I can tell you that they scared. What if she will fall in love, or what if she will find someone else and dump him? In the back of their mind, 100%. Or what if she keep doing this? It's not just one-off situation or once a year, to this. So he is absolutely turned on about this idea, but in the back of his mind, you see how we burning our energy. That's where our energy got wasted. Okay, that's why we cannot accomplish and focus on many things in life, because our fantasies burn our energy. And when the conflict is, like I say, people are fantasizing about one thing, okay, no matter, I don't know, share his wife, or perform or be in the woman panties, or she is thinking that she will have a gangbang, or whatever she is thinking, I don't know, she will do this and this, whatever, doesn't matter. But the fantasy is being created and the energy is being released to sustain this fantasy, that it will live in your head like in a separate world. Okay. And what happens on the other side of the pole of your fantasy is a big negative letdown. Okay. Because you scared, you terrified, you nervous, you just producing and how to say, and using your own energy resource to actually stop this. You living this fantasy, but in the other way, you are terrified about it. Okay, you're terrified about it. That's where the aging happens. That's where you get old, because you live it in your head, and your energy is produced and consumed by your subconscious mind. You see? Consciously, you understand what you want, right? Subconsciously, you can control it. In subconscious mind, living your alter egos and demons. But when you are experiencing this, oh my God, they're so enjoying to feed it of you. When you are having this spike of turn on, people always talk about glucose spikes. Believe me, energy spikes are even more realistic. Okay, you just now cannot track it. But our blood changes, emotion kick in, our blood changes. This is already proven, right? And you have a totally different cocktail in your blood, right? When you are getting turned on by just by the fantasy, just watching porn, okay, then you are living in this fantasy in your world, and then you are being consumed with, this terrorist in your head. What if? And this will happen, and then she would go and find another guy, and then she will go out of the track, and I am now being punished, and I am now guilty for this, and this initiating this. And it's just masturbation, okay, and not a real one, not a hand gliding masturbation, okay. It's an emotional, right? And these are files and situations what are getting recorded and getting played all over and all over again. That's what is, okay, erotic mind. And we have it, all adults have it, all adults have erotic energy. It's been produced, you just use it in a different way. You see, you're living in that world, and that's where it get consumed. You do not have more energy to go and meet someone and actually make this fantasy alive. And when you actually do it, you will release even more. And you will be feeling younger. And you will be more active. And you will be more focused. And you will last longer. That's what I'm saying to you. Do you make movies? The answer is yes. I just started today this video about the movies. There are people who would like to make photography, and they're so consumed with this idea that the photography, there is nothing else. They don't want to try anything else. They're not interested. They just buying this, black shoes. They don't need white. White gets dirty. They're buying black shoes because they always bought black shoes because they're wearing black shoes and whatever. Okay? Whatever. And then I am saying to them, let's just, record few minutes there and there, and I will combine these files and I will make you a beautiful, mix, of your sexual energy. It's a different medium, different recording is different than you are having stills, okay. Image is a still, it's a frozen moment. Yes, it displays the story. Yes, photography gives you, how to say, an understanding and a feeling. We get used to this photography, and for some people video, it's a new medium. I agree, okay. It's a new medium. It's hard to start something new in your life, okay. Or you are very how to say, stubborn in general. You not only even conservative, but you don't need it, and that's it. And like I said, I'm testing with people, and I'm testing this constantly. And when they say no, keep saying yes, because I know that behind the no, there is a new discovery for them. Why I'm shooting endlessly? Okay, you go into photo shoot with the other studios, and I can tell you there will be a limited time. And I'm describing now budget photo shoot. There is a limited time, and you will create a limited photography in that time. Believe me, your energy flow and your energy awakens, and everyone has a different time limit. Okay, there is a certain time, okay, when people are still boiling in that negative doubt and how to say, nervousness, and this kind of a, negative information. During that time, you are not able to release anything absolutely hot, especially when it comes to erotic photo shoot when you are clothes off. Okay, it's a totally different photo shoot when you dressed. People don't feel that much insecure. They say I'm not photogenic or blah blah blah, doesn't matter. But when it comes to photography, when you are undressed, when you are exposed, when you are, legs open, and performance becomes very complicated. And your body, how to say, just shines away. It gets constricted. You become all like, I'm thinking, why they are not so flexible? You see why they are so like logs, why they are, locked. people become locked. They do not have that freedom. They have to test and be in this environment for a really long time to actually relax, to actually put themselves in a different way. You can see it, you can see it, that the energy goes different. People need that time just to start shooting erotic photography and be in element, in their real element, when they are in a harmony with their energy, with their body, with their mind, and with their fantasy. When everything is so suppressed, when everything is rushed, okay, and when they are feeling, you see all these unpleasant emotions, too shy to undress, or if they show too much, or if they show it will be not enough, and these files and just keep going and going in the head. People need time to get rid of this rubbish, and I know how you see get out of this situation, but I am not able to drag them out instantly. Everyone's stuck for their own certain time, depending on the rubbish they have in their drives, in their archives. But erotic photo shoot, when I shoot standard and premium sessions, they are unlimited. When people know that they're unlimited, they know that they will have enough time to perform, to shoot, any what they want, okay? To go as far as they want, to test it, to try different outfits, different lightings, different settings, different, furniture, different backgrounds, different, makeups or hairstyle. They can just, experiment and just have this all chilled and free. And that is the perfect time, because then we capture everything, and they have time to go into their zone, into their mode, when they are their best. They are their best. There is always a certain beginning. You see, there is a time when they are warming up, when they are starting, when they are learning, and when they are releasing all that stiffness, of that, all that hardness, all that, being, I don't know, being awkward, being ashamed, being nervous, being anxious, being whatever. It comes out, it comes out, and then the photo shoot becomes very, easy and simple to follow. Everyone has this step to cross, to go through, right? And it's for one person it's half an hour, for another person is 2 hours. I cannot, make this happen this way. But what I can do, I can give them an opportunity and possibility to see themselves in all the stages, how erotica is progressing in their body and how it's getting released. And to get to the point where they get a really hot and cool result. You see? And when you see people, on Pinterest or on Instagram, and they have an amazing erotic pictures and stuff, these are not 5 first minutes shots. These are not, unless they are professional actors and models. Okay? And even if you are a professional actor and model, even then they spend the whole day, okay, shooting, seriously. And then they choose the best ones, okay? People think they are so, full of themselves. They never done a photo shoot. They will choose best pictures in Pinterest, and they have budget for half an hour shoot, and they're gonna rock it. Bring 20 outfits, they're gonna manage to change million times, and they are gonna go into different posing and position. They are so locked, so scared, so nervous, they can sit in that position and put themselves in that position. It's so ridiculous. They're so funny. Okay, when the short lady is choosing the very tall model posing, and then she cannot compact herself into this space. Seriously, different kind of curiosity situations, right? People need time, especially when they're first time, to get into this mood, to get into the zone, to feel themselves, to be themselves. Because at the start they think that they're gonna be someone else. The most probably important thing is that when people come to have a photo shoot, they want to be slimmer and they want to be younger. Okay, and of course, look very sexy and very hot. That's what they want to do during the photo shoot. They want a really hot pictures when they slim, when they really young, and when they are extremely sexy. And can you help us? Can you help us? Can you make me look this way? That's why I'm making this video. I am explaining people, that with some people it seriously takes time. It's not, first half an hour, you know? Especially when they don't know how to be sexy. Can you imagine? Explaining the whole topic in just 5 minutes. How to be sexy. They never been sexy in their life. They do not like themselves. They think it is very hard to take good pictures of them. And they come to professional and they think I have a half an hour and I want to be like, one of the popular models straight away, just like that. No? That kind of a situation. Okay. Let's collaborate. Let's collaborate. You are beautiful. Thank you. There is a badge. You're cute. Thank you. Which is better? Deal Dove or Pizza Hut? You know what? I'm not a fast food person. Okay. I don't like any of this. I like a beetroot, goat cheese. Okay. I am not that kind of a person, okay? Chickpeas, this is not me. You see, I'm different. I like fish on grill, different things. Hi, baby, smile for me. Okay, are you in heat? Am I in heat? It's a spring. It's a spring. It's a spring, and during the spring, people already getting ready for this time. I am in heat when I have flowers. When someone send me flowers, yes, then I'm feeling hot. Okay, okay, I'll check back on you a bit. Beautiful. Is there any questions? I wanna marry you. Thank you so much. Oh, that's again, fast food is garbage. I love fish too. Yes, erotic photo shoots. Okay, there is another thing about fast food. Okay, I can relate to it. There are some people who would like fast food. Okay, and that's their choice. Adults have their own choice. You see, you cannot tell adults what they should do, right? So there are, you see, there are intimacy situations. Okay, intimacy is also like a fast food for someone. Okay, it just there is a aftertaste, after after this type of intimacy, there is an aftertaste, and I mean regret. You see, it very often happens, and that's how I relate this to my topic. Okay, so of course it is better to have a real connection. Okay, and practice your erotic fantasies with your person. Okay, with the one who you chose, right? And if you do not choose, of course, I always recommend to connect with yourself and go into vibration, into an energy mode that you can attract one. you know it's not always about looking. Okay, because if you are not in that vibration, not only that you are not seeing, but you are not seeing too. You are also blind. You see, and it depending on which state you are. Okay, and how you are feeling. So it is very important to be very much aware of yourself energetically, and your body will tell you. When you're out of tune, your body will tell you. Last night I was having some kind of a dinner, and I had few bites, which I usually like vegetables. I just made a nice grill. I usually like it. But then suddenly you see the information went into, no, this is an ice cream situation after a few bites. And that means that my body now needs ice cream, even though I cooked vegetables. You see, I received a new impulse and I'm following with that impulse. That's how we should act in life. And that's how we should act with our partner. Because with the partner, one is a receiver, and you see, you are giving the impulse, the other is receiving, right? And vice versa. And when you are losing that signal, when there is no signal in there, right? That's where people going into situations. So photography is a ritual. It's a new ritual which come into our life because we can be connected with photography. We are connected with our phones, and our phones have cameras. And it is natural to create a ritual and have your own, maybe a secret way of communicating and being in touch with your partner. Okay, just communicating in the way you like, the way you are creative. Because you see, intimacy, it's a communication. It's not about, oh, I'm just gonna surprise you now. You know, surprise, when constant surprises, it also gets into a norm. Okay, and it's also overpowering. There has to be a proper communication, and I believe erotic photography, learning erotic photography, understanding erotic photography, right, and understanding yourself in erotic way, you can be connected with your partner on a different level and have, of course, totally different intimacy on a different vibration. If someone understands what is a different vibration, right? Because we always think that there is nothing new there, that we already know everything about our person, you know? So that is why it is important to try new things. Important to try new things, and not only to try new foods and travel, but to try new intimate things with your partner. Intimate things, things that you've never done before. So that's what is erotic photo shoot about. Okay. Thank you so much for today. And we were talking about erotic mind and erotic fantasies most of the time. Okay. So this is endless topic because erotic fantasies, you see, they are in every person's mind. There are no human who don't have erotic fantasies, and like I say, they are related to your past experiences, to your negative experiences and traumas, okay, and of course to your present pleasant experiences and traumas. And erotic fantasies, they come as an obsession. They come as a king. They come as a fetish. They come like that. Okay. So I will be discussing more and more about this. Okay. If someone wants to hear this, stay with me. Thank you so much for watching and see you later. Bye. Bye.